Good morning, guys. It's Saving Money with Jazzy. So, it's another chick chat in the ride on the way to work. So, I want to talk a little bit, touch base, raising teenagers, okay? I do have a 12-year-old, and I swear he's putting me through it. He is putting me through it. I don't know what I did when I was younger, but I'm paying for it now. Trust me. So, my son, he's got a bit of an anger problem, all right? I guess every teenager does, but he does. He has it. He gets angry, so he's very quiet, shy. But when he gets mad, you know what I mean? And like everyone's paying for it. So okay, just let's rewind so I can explain why we're talking about Isaac today. Because I told him I'm putting you on YouTube today. So Isaac, I had him at 19. So I was a single mom. I'll basically tell he was 8 when we met Ryan. So up till then, you know, I had him, and we went through our struggles. Him being young, like he's been always in daycare. So we always had problems at daycare, like him hanging out with the wrong kids, getting in trouble, and I've always told my son, like, we have communication, like we can talk. We've always had that where we talk about things like how's his day, we talk. And we've always had that since he was younger. Like I would always ask him, well, how's school? Like, what do you want to do? We always talk. So we've always had that kind of relationship. So it could help me out now that he's older, and he can come to me and tell me if something's wrong or something's going on, and if he's having problems with something. So I always, like, my issue, now I think about it, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But I always thought I had to make up for his absent dad, buy Isaac stuff and be a little nicer with him, like let him get away with a couple things, because I felt like I had to be like make up for the other person, like I felt like I had to spoil him a little bit more, things like that. And I learned hard because when I couldn't do those things, Isaac expected that, and I shouldn't have done that because I kind of made him used to it. And then when I couldn't, he didn't understand, and I didn't want to explain why I did it in the first place, and then it was a mistake, because it is like once you spoil your children, it's like they're expecting that all the time. They don't understand there's bills. They don't understand maybe you lose a job, and you just can't do it anymore. So that was when he was younger. Now he's older. He understands. He doesn't ask for much. So that's why it's hard for me sometimes to discipline him, as far as speak to him and ground him and take his things away, because my first reaction, I'm hot-headed as well. So I wonder where he got it from. So there's things like, I try different ways. Like I sit and think before, because I'm furious. Like when something happens, it don't happen all the time, but when it does piss me off, because he's 12 years old and he wants responsibility. He wants me to let him stay home by himself. He wants me to get him a phone. He wants to have, his independence, without me being on top of him. And I tell him, okay, well, I have to see certain things first before I can do that. Like, I have to feel like you are responsible to get you a phone, so I don't have to worry about what you're doing on the phone, how you're using the phone, stuff like that. And I have to see that you're responsible. And he's like, okay, he understood that. So he showed me, kids, like we've been kids before. I tell him that all the time. Like, I've been here already. I know what you're doing. You know what I mean? He's at the stage where he's trying to, like, see what he can get away with. See who he can piss off, and see what happens, what are his limits, that's what he's doing right now. And it doesn't work for me, because there is no limits. It's like, you mess up, there's a consequence. There's either you take the things away, like last night, let me rewind. Last night, I pick him up from daycare. Mind you, I haven't had a note from him from daycare for a long time, because he's an older kid. He just comes, he's out of school, he'll just sit and relax, fall asleep, it's boring for him now. So I never have an issue. So yesterday, I don't know what happened. So I had a note from the daycare teacher that drops him off in the morning. I said, okay. And she put on the note, Isaac. And Isaac's usually asleep when I get there. So this time he wasn't, because he knew they were going to give me a note. And he, like, ran up to the table once she handed me the note. And I was like, what's going on? And so I read the note, and it was saying, like, Isaac was being disrespectful. He, was waiting for another child, and he was taking a long time to come to the van. And the thing is that Isaac doesn't understand is that they pick up kids before they pick him up from school. So, like, there's little kids that are, like, have to go use the restroom and all that stuff. And then these kids at the the bigger kids are taking their time to get to the van, messing around, and it makes the other kids suffer. So I told them, I'm like, why are you, they put that on there that he was being late because he was waiting for someone else, and then they said that he had said, oh, this school's gay. Mind you, we don't use that word, we do swear a lot, I get that, but we don't say that word, because that word has multiple meanings, and I don't want it to let him say it out loud and make someone else be disrespected. You don't never know, okay? And first of all, he's referring it to his school, so then it makes me start thinking, like, okay, what's going on at school? Is he just, lashing out just to be, he thinks he's trying to, like, impress someone, or I don't know. So they put that on the note, and then it said, like, he was talking back to the daycare teacher, and I was like, what the heck? And then that she had put on there, I'm going to let mom know, because they all know if Isaac does something, I'm going to address it, and it's going to get handled, because I don't like to. Isaac just thinks he's getting away with it because they don't let me know what's going on, and they do. They tell me all the time, and I tell them, you need to tell me every time he does something. So that happened, and I was just like mad, because Isaac has a phone, Isaac has his game, he has all kinds of stuff, he has a lot of things that other kids don't have, and he don't understand that, and I tell him, he came up to the table, and I was like, oh, so we're using the word gay now, huh? And he didn't say nothing to me. And then I said, where's your phone? He said, in my pocket. I said, give me your phone. That's all I told him. So I grabbed his phone, I put it in my pocket, and I was like, okay. Then I had to go get my daughter from another classroom, and I sat there for a minute. I was like, I need to calm down, because I'm pissed right now. Because the way I look at it is like, you get everything you want, you get to do whatever you want, because I'm thinking you're doing good, and like, I tell you to do your chores, you do them without yelling, so you deserve it. And then you do this to me, like, it pisses me off, because I should not be getting any note for him at 12 years old, let alone, why are you talking back to an adult? I didn't raise you like that. I didn't teach you to go be disrespectful. Definitely not. And I told him that. So I was sitting in the classroom like, okay, how am I going to handle this? Because that's what I do. I calm down and think about, okay, how am I going to go about this? Because if it was me, I would be like, Jesus, take the wheel, and I'll go off, and I'll just let them have it, and to me, it doesn't work that way. It's like you beat them down by my words, and then do I get results? Probably not. It's going to have him get hatred with me or rebellious, and I don't want that, he's still a little human being, I need to let him have his own voice, okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, tell me what happened. So that's what I was like, hey, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to talk to him and explain to him, like, this is not the way to go about things. So I'm talking with the teacher, my daughter's teacher, and I sat there for a minute, and I can look out the window and I can see him starting to cry and put his hands in his face in his hands. I'm like, okay, here we go. And my thing is like, if you cry, you are guilty, right? So I said, okay, he did do it, because he's crying, he's making a big deal about it, and he's having a fit. That pisses me off too, because he's 12. Why are you being like that? Like, it irritates me. Like, stop it. So we get in the car, and I'm just like, why, Isaac? You know what I mean? And it's just hard because you have to address it a certain way. So they get the message, they understand they're in trouble, and there's a consequence, right? Those are my little things I go by. And maybe that's what I do. Like, maybe that doesn't work for any, people do it differently. That's fine. But what I do, that's what I do, because I have to handle him differently. Like, if it was Mia, then I just tell her, no, don't do that, and that's it. And then that's all we can do. She's 2, So Isaac's more like, I have to handle him a certain way, like almost like an adult kind of thing. Like, talk and be like, look, this is what's going to happen. It's not cool what you did. Let him understand that part. Maybe get a little bit loud so he understands, okay, wait, my mom's mad. So I talked to him all the way home, and he was just crying, and I told Isaac, what are you doing? I said, we are 12 years old. We do not need to be throwing fits. We don't need to be crying. You don't need to be doing all this extra. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Like, this is not how you're supposed to behave. And that's the thing that I tell you all the time. You're trying to make me believe that you didn't do nothing and they're lying, but then you're over here crying and you give yourself up. So I tell him, what happened? Stop crying. Tell me what happened. And I don't know if you guys don't, I don't know if about you guys, but the ones that irritate me the most cries are my own children. I cannot stand to hear them cry. It irritates me. Other kids, I'm fine. My kids, I'm like, oh, stop it. So I asked him, I said, you know what, like, I don't understand what's going on. If you're going through something right now, I get it. You know, you're becoming a teenager, you're trying to find yourself, you're trying to see, you know, trying to fit in. But listen, I told him, we're not here to be followers, Isaac. We need to lead. We need to be a leader. Like, you need to be a good role model. They have a lot of little children that look up to you, as far as your cousins, your sister, another baby coming. So you have a lot of responsibility. I understand that. And I understand that's probably heavy for you because you don't understand that. Maybe to you it sounds like a job because you're a little kid. But you need to understand that Mia is constantly looking at you. She's looking at everything you're doing, Isaac. And would you want her to do that? Would you want her to go to school and say those words and act up and do all that? You know, would you want that? And he's like, no. I go, okay then. We need to start thinking about, you know, being a little adult. You have to be doing it now, because if you don't do it now, imagine when you're older, you're going to be throwing fits at people in the store. No one's going to want to be around that kind of person. No one's going to want to work with that kind of person. Nothing. So what happened? And then he said, well, I was getting bullied by 8th graders and they were kicking me and all that. And I'm like, what? So I already knew that was a lie, because he does that. He wants to hurry up and say something else so it leaves what happened out of the way. And I tell him, oh, really? They are? Okay, well, I'm going to go to your school. And he starts crying, no, I lied. Don't go to the school. I said, I'll go to the school. Like, that's me. Like, don't lie to me, especially about something very important like that. Like, don't lie to me about that. He goes, I was lying, Mom. I'm like, why do you lie? Because obviously you don't know how to lie. Why do you do it? You're saying things and you know those are certain things that I'm going to go address. You know that. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to say who's doing it. Where were the teachers at when it was happening? Like, get into it. And you're telling me you lied about that. And he's like, yeah, Mom, I lied. I'm like, well, for you lying, I'm still going to go to school. I'm still going to call them, because I don't know if you're lying or not. I don't trust you now. And I told Isaac, I go, all your life, I never thought this about you like that. And now I got to think about what you tell me, if it's true or not. Is that going to be, are you going to like that? Like, I don't like that. I not trusting someone. He's like, I'm sorry, Mom, I lied. And I go, okay, well, then tell me what happened. I'm giving you a chance to tell me your side, because we are going to address the problem anyways, no matter what. You're going to apologize, whatever, to whoever you were yelling at, and I'm going to be there when you do it. So he says, okay, I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm like, okay, what happened? He said that usually when he gets picked up, he gets to sit in the front seat. Okay. And then he said that she had told him, not today, because there's another teacher here with us, so you have to sit in the back. And he threw a fit. And he said he got mad, and he was like talking back to her. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, you basically threw a fit like a 2-year-old because you didn't get to sit in the front seat. And I told Isaac, go, this is why we're getting a note. This is all of that for what? And then he started saying, like, before that oh, his teachers at school and they make him mad, so then he's in a bad attitude and blah blah blah. And I'm like, no, Isaac, I know you, because you do it to me sometimes. You talk back underneath your little breath sometimes, and I hear you. So I'm like, I know you're capable of doing that, so I believe what they said. Why would they have to lie, Isaac? What are they going to get from it? I go, is that fair, where you put these teachers in these positions where you can talk to them however you want and they can't tell you nothing back because of their job? You think that's okay? No. And first of all, I go, did I raise you like that? Did I tell you, Isaac, be disrespectful, talk to these people like this, don't care what their feelings are, nothing like that? I told you that? No, Mom. Yeah, I didn't think so. So why are you doing it? And he was like, I was just mad because she didn't let me sit in the front seat. Wow. But you know what's going to happen now? Permanently, you're not going to sit in the front seat. That's part of consequence. It's part of life. What you dish out, you get right back. And that's just something you're going to have to learn, and you want to learn it the hard way. So that's what we're doing. And I know that his age, I'm going to have more to come, right? I already know this. I know I'm going to have, more challenges along the way, but I just have to figure out how to handle these situations, because yelling and spanking and all that stuff does not work. I feel like it makes the situation worse, to where they rebel more. Because I like that when I was growing up? I didn't. And I felt like I got like anger, from that. Like, it made me mad. Like, because and I always said to myself, like, if when I have my children, like, hitting is not the solution. We have to talk. I need to talk to them. You can talk to them about it. You don't have to hit them. You don't have to discipline them. But that's my opinion, And maybe people are going to say, like, well, that's why he's the way he is, because you didn't address it the proper way. I guess. But I choose to be able to talk to my son, because then that helps in other situations where when he has something to talk about, he can. It's an open door. He's not going to want to come talk to me if he's angry. Like, he's going to be like, no, she just hit me, so why do I want to talk to her? Like, it's just anger. But believe me, he does put me and get me to that level, though. Trust me. So we just talked, and I just explained to him, like, those are not the ways to do it. And I tell him all the time, like, is it the people you hang out with? You better get new friends real quick. I told him, you better get rid of them, because you know what? It could be 3 of you guys doing it, and look who's getting yelled at right now. Look who's getting their crap taken away from them. You are, Isaac. So stop following, because you know what? Those other 2 kids are not getting in trouble. You are. And it happens to be all the time like that. And I told Isaac, when are you going to have enough? Like, when are you going to be like, dang, I need to freaking get new people around me, because I keep getting all the runt about it, So, like, come on. And I tell him, like, we need to get new friends. You know what? And I go, we need to do something, because what you're doing is not working. And he said, okay. And then I said, well, who are your little friends? And he didn't want to tell me their names. I already knew their names, though. He said, no, they didn't do nothing. It was me. I'm like, okay, now you want to take the blame for everything? Okay, well, then you're going to get the consequences. So I told him, like, the phone's going to stay with me until I feel like you deserve it to get back. And your PS4, you're not going to play it, because I feel like that's something that is very important to him. So it's the most valuable to take away. Like, it's going to hurt him the most. The phone, I think he can do without. He doesn't really care about the phone. But the PS4 is like his life. So, like, I can just imagine. So I'm going to try to do it. Take it away this weekend. See what happens, It's just, Isaac, every kid is different. You have to handle them a certain different way. And Isaac just happens to be like the type where I need to let him just scream, get mad, get it all out, yelling, all that crap, let it all out, and then when he's done, he'll be calm and he'll listen. So then that's when I'll talk to him about it. Go ahead, throw your little tantrum, little hissy fit, get it over with, and then we talk, and then he understands and he listens, because you can't talk to a little kid crying. It does not work. So I just let him do that. So we just spoke, and I just told him, like, do you understand this? Like, you have a little sister looking up at you, and you have another sibling coming, him or her, like, you got a big job, son. I told him, you have a lot on your plate, I get it. I know it's hard to be a 12-year-old. Like, there's a lot of things, but don't ever, I told him, I go, the one person, like, you don't ever lie to me. Don't ever tell me some stuff like that, like, there's bullies, and I'm like, don't do that, Isaac, because I will go check. I am that mom. I will address it. I will find that little kid, talk to their parents, and address the situation, because no one should be bullied. And I feel like sometimes the bullies is stem from the home. They get bullied, or I feel like a lot, like, in my opinion, the bullies, they're going through a lot of crap at home, so it causes them to react into, that's all they see, that's all they know, you know what I mean? So then they choose to act that way because they're rebelling. It's usually there's something, they're screaming for help, like something's wrong, and it's a sign is when they rebel, when they're being bullies. It's not because you're born that way. Like, no, it's they're going through it at home, because I met a lot of them to where when I actually just sat down with them and say, like, what's wrong? Why are you so angry, so upset? What's going on? And usually it is. It's like either they're getting mistreated at home, or they're getting picked on by an older sibling, or stuff like that, and they choose just to react in that way. You know what I mean? So, because it's usually when they're getting picked on and they're the little one, they want to go be inferior and go pick on someone else, So I believe that's how bullies are, and that's why I go, how I feel about bullies, because I tell him, you better not ever do that. You respect another kid. You respect them. You know what I mean? I told him, I go, okay, I understand you're not going to like everybody. Everyone's not going to rub you the right way. So, but there's ways of handling it. I tell him, I said, when an adult is being rude to you, don't react. Don't try to handle it yourself. Don't try, because you know what? At the end, it's gonna flip on you, and it won't even be about that adult no more. It's gonna be about you being disrespectful, and it's gonna land on you because I told you, no matter what, you tell me what's going on. Do not handle the situation on your own. Do not go fight with a teacher or an adult. You come to me, and I will do that. I got your back. I will take care of it, and I always have. I told him. I said, don't I always? Like, I got you. You don't have to do that. You're not alone. You're not by yourself, and let me take care of it. So he's like, okay, Mom. And then we just talk, I was like, there's consequences. We talk about this all the time. Whatever you do, there's always a consequence. So we got to think about what you do. And I told him, okay, so let's see. Because I go, so what are we going to do? I always give him that chance to be like, what's your plan? After we talk, and I tell him what his consequences are. Now it's his responsibility to fix what he did, right? I always got to put it back on him so he can learn responsibility for his actions. And I tell him, okay, what are we going to do now? What's the plan? What are you going to do? He's like, I'm going to apologize. I go, for what? Are you going to apologize the right way? Or are you going to apologize like, I'm sorry? I tell him all the time, when you say, oh, I'm sorry, it's because you don't mean it. You just want to fix it real fast, and it's not meaningful, and it's just a quick sorry. That is not enough for me. So what you're going to do is, you're going to go apologize, and you're going to explain why you're apologizing. You're apologizing because you threw a fit, you disrespected them, and then you lashed out at them, and you should have never done that, and you know better. So that's an apology. And so he's like, okay. And then I said, and these friends of yours, I need you to think real deep who you need to get rid of, because we need to do it now. Okay? There's only a couple friends I allow to my house, and that I know their parents, and they're okay. And I know that they're, but kids are kids, though. They're going to be trying to swear and be cool and all that crap. So I told him, like, well, son, if you're using that word, that means you swear and stuff, right? He's like, no. I'm like, I can't prevent him from swearing. Like, it's going to happen regardless if I tell him not to. My thing is, like, I don't want you to lie to me if I find out or if I hear you. Like, I'm going to hear him, like, one of these days. He's going to just walk by his room and I'm going to hear it. So I told him, I already know that it's going to happen, Isaac. But just when it happens, you need to take ownership of what you do. And I tell him that all the time. I said, you need to take ownership of what you do. It looks worse when you lie about things and you deny it, and you did it. I saw you. I caught you. And I told him, it's so simple just to admit something and then move on. That's all it takes, is admit it and understand that you did something wrong and address the problem and then move on, And I told him, why are you lying and trying to cover up the situation? That's new to me, right? He has never, like, lied like that. He usually just be like, yes, I did do that, Mom, and he'll tell me what happened. So this is another thing I'm like, oh gosh, now that, so I gotta learn how to, like, work with him, because, like, we went to parent-teacher conference, and, his grades are slipping because now I tell him, like, is it too hard for you? Like, Isaac won't speak. He's very quiet, so they tell me in the classroom, if Isaac just spoke a little bit more, or, raised his hand a little bit more, then, he would be perfect. But Isaac's very shy. That's why I go, our goal this year is to be more out there. I want you to raise your hand more than you usually do. I want you to talk out loud in front of class than you usually do. You need to have confidence. I know you have confidence. I hear you on the game all the time. You have confidence. You know what I mean? And when you're around the family, you're not shy. It's just when he's around other people or in school, or when he gets put on the spot, he gets, like, stage fright. And I'm like, dang, how do I help him with that? Because, girl, I do not have that. I'm not shy. And it's just like, I need to see how to go about that, help him with that, because I know that's serious, So stuff like that, like, it's just, I know every kid has every parent has this problem, like, this moment in kids' life. And I'm just like, I know, like, I already knew what I was going to expect, he's 12. So it's just wait for each battle and handle it, you know what I mean? But, yeah, and I told him, I was like, you're going to be my topic today. Because I know other people have gone through this, and maybe you guys can give me some pointers, like, what to do, like, what to say, how to go about it, stuff like that. Like, I just feel like Because you feel sometimes you're like, am I doing this the right way? Like, am I getting the results I expect by, choosing to go this way with the problem or address him this way? Like, sometimes I feel like he doesn't pay attention, and I'm just like, it's a teenage thing. And I hate putting labels like, oh, it's because he's a teenager. No, you know what I mean? So it's just, I have to readdress everything, like tell him all the time, like, son, you don't be disrespectful, son, you be polite, son, thank you and please and all that, like everything. I taught Isaac real young to say please and thank you. And I did that with Mia too, so she does it. So it's just hard. It's a challenge, it's an everyday battle. And it's just like, my thing is just like, I don't know if it's the school or what, but like, I don't know if they teach him this crap at school, but it does piss me off because it's always like, I'm going to call the police and blah, blah, blah. He tried to pull that on me last year. I said, call the police. You think they want you? You think they want to put up with someone like you? Are you throwing a fit and crying and all that crap? No. They would leave you here. Okay? And I just hate that. I'm like, what are you going to do? I go, you want to run away? Okay, get your bag. Pack it up. Go ahead. I'll drop you off. And he's like, no. And then he starts crying. But before that, he was like, I'm going to leave. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, bye. And I feel like that's just like a little stage they go through, because I did that. But I actually did leave, but I didn't tell him that. But I think it's just, I don't know. And it's hard because it's like you grow yourself as a parent and as a person, because it's like you gain patience, you gain giving that extra 10 minutes to like calm down and get your shit together and be like, hey, how am I gonna go about this? Because I learned like being hot-headed and just going off of like my emotions, like I don't get nothing from Isaac. It shuts him down, and I'm actually beating him up with my words because I'm just like, why are you acting like that? Like, I'm just going. So I just learn. I'm like, okay, let me calm down, let me see how I'm gonna address this, how I'm gonna talk to him as a little human being so he can get the freaking concept of it. And that's what I do now. I'm just like, I sit, okay, let's think about it. So I think that I think I handled it pretty well, but I know this is not the last time. It wasn't the first time, so yeah, it's a bit of a struggle, and I think that's how it is having kids, like especially if you have multiple children. Sometimes I always thought, like, is he doing this because I have Mia and all the attention's off of him, and now it's Mia, and I felt guilty, mommy guilt, because I was like, oh, okay, like, how am I going to like split it up? Isaac's used to me being with him all the time, and now I have to focus on this little girl, and Isaac got pushed to the side, kind of, and I felt guilty. I was like, so I wanted to do extra for him. I wanted to do, buy him this, buy him that, to make up for it. And I think that's my whole problem, is because I want to make up for it, and that's my problem, because I should never do that, because it becomes accustomed to him. Then that's what's going to happen. If he acts like this, then mom's going to do this and that. And really, it's just me having mommy guilt, and I hate that, and I've always had it ever since I've got pregnant with Mia, because I was so excited because I'm having my little girl, and it's just like, then it hit me like, oh crap, what about Isaac? Like, how's Isaac gonna take this? How am I gonna be able to love Isaac and Mia? And it's hard, because you have to be able to spread yourself to where they both feel important, and don't overdo it with one and not the other. So it's hard. And now I'm gonna have 3. So, God, I don't know. I'm gonna have 3 now, so I'm gonna have to figure it out, right? And with Isaac, I try to do it to where, like, I involved him, like, come help me with the baby, or come help with me, Mia, like, bring him with me, make it a group thing, so where I can make him feel included in it, so he's not discluded. So, yeah, that happened yesterday after work, you know what I mean? So it was kind of a bummer. And it just makes me, like, angry, because I'm like, I did not raise him like that, and I didn't show him that, I didn't teach him that, I didn't say these things. So it kind of threw me off, and I let him know that. I was like, Isaac, a parent's job is to teach you the right way, teach you what not to do, tell you what is wrong and what's right, and Isaac, I go to Isaac, you're 12, you know what's wrong and what's right? Alright, guys, so I'm gonna leave it right there. Like the video, guys, if you guys liked it. If you have any comments, like your experiences or what you guys think, could help me with Isaac, comment it down below, dude. I want to try it. I need a little bit more ideas, stuff like that, let me try out different things. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. What are you waiting for, guys? It's about to go off. Like, this is the channel. And if you are subscribed, what's up? Comment down below, say hi. So I want to do something like I want to try this out. I want to do like a giveaway, guys. So the way to enter is I need you guys to be subscribed. I need you guys to have your notifications bell turned on, so whenever I post a video, you guys get notified. Also, share me on your other social medias like Instagram. I don't have Facebook, so I have Instagram. So post me on there, tag me, and share my video, and you'll be entered into the giveaway. And I will pick one winner on Monday, and it's a surprise. I'm not gonna tell you guys what the gift's gonna be, what the winning gift is. Okay, so I'm already at work, guys, so I gotta go. But yeah, guys, subscribe, like, go check me out on Instagram, like me there, subscribe me there, follow me. But yeah, that's gonna be our chit chat for this morning. And tomorrow I'll have another video because I work tomorrow on Saturday, so I'll be doing a video on Saturday. So stay tuned. We're gonna do a little bit shopping, Christmas shopping tomorrow, and I want to bring you guys along with me. Okay? All right. Take care.